It's scrolling. There we are. Hi, everybody.
Hello. Hi. Here we go. Sharon's like Rita, Vivian. Hello, my
Yeah.
darling.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Achieving Wellness. Look who we have. We have Chrissy from Footprint thru. Thank you, my friend, for being here.
Oh, thank you. That's good. I'm echoing. Is that you or me?
It must be you. I don't have anything else open.
Yeah.
I don't hear anything, though.
I hear you echo. It must be me. So
Maybe because I was yelling at you. I don't know.
I'll go and make sure that I haven't got anything.
Now, I want everyone to show Chrissy lots of love and lots of kindness. Chrissy is, it is 7 a.m. In Australia. So Chrissy has woken up at the crack of fishing time, as I refer to it, which is well before most people want to get out of bed to do this with us tonight. So we're very, very, very appreciative of her, and so we will be patient and kind while Chrissy is here with us.
That's all right.
Hi, Anna Banana. Hi, Vivian. Hi, Greeter. Hi, Sharon Sipe. That's my husband, Kelmar.
That's hi, Mark.
Yep. Hi, Scott, Scorpio Moon. So tonight, you guys, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the power of 11 because it is the 11th day of the month. I want to briefly share, because I don't know that Chrissy knows this story. Most of you guys in the chat know this story ad nauseum, so I apologize for repeating myself yet again. But I have been seeing 1111, Chrissy, since about 2008. So just a couple of weeks before my grandmother passed away, I started to notice that I was seeing 1111 or 111 every time I looked at the clock. And it never left me. I still see it all the time. And it goes in fits and spurts. And I have a whole funny story that we won't really get into all of it, but no one in my family understood why I was seeing 1111 or 111 or what it meant. And I would constantly be shouting it out, at different times, like when my mother was sick and we would be going to the hospital, I'd be like, it's 411, it's 911, it's 111. And my family was like, shut up, we get it. You see 1111, like who cares? They had no idea. And I had a reading done a couple of years ago by no one in this community. And at the very, very end of the reading, the lady said to me, I feel like I'm supposed to have you come up really, really close to the camera. And she was kind of pointing her finger at me. And she said, I feel like I'm supposed to tell you the next time that you see 1111, it's your mom. Don't doubt it. And I was like, oh. And so every time I see 1111, I say, thank you, Mommy. I miss you. And I love you. And then we were lucky enough to get my mother's ashes, which we waited almost 10 years for after she passed. And we were able to finally, put her at her resting place. I did like a little speech, and in my speech, I went with rhythms of time. And it turns out that we waited 111 months. Okay. So the number of 11 is very significant. My birthday is an 11. And so I was thrilled that today was 11 so that we could talk about it. Hi, Carter made some mosquito. Oh no, her power's out and the battery won't last much longer. Well, you can serve my love.
Oh, sorry to hear that your power's out. You're in Texas, aren't you? And I think that's going to be a bit of an issue during the summer. I'll have a look at Texas power's issues in my life a bit later. But what I love about this is I get out the coming on with Kelly is getting out the oracle cards and stuff like that.
Well, you love to use your oracle cards, and I know that you do. So I'm interested to know from Chrissy and from other people in the chat, if anyone wants to share, what sequence of numbers do you often see, Chrissy? Or do you?
I don't really see sequences of numbers very often. I see sequence. The thing is, I think if there was one repetitive sequence of number, I wouldn't really notice it because numbers are such a big part of my life with my studies and other things like that.
Right.
But I was looking at my notes again on the numbers, and 11 itself is 1 + 1, which is 2, which is about balance and opposites. So it's about finding a balance. And 11 adds up to 4, which is about healing and wholeness. So I feel like there's two sort of aspects to this. Is your brain trying to balance, taking notice of those numbers because your mum was ill and stuff like that, and I think you probably subconsciously noticed quite a few years before that a couple of years before that there was not something out of balance with her.
Well, what's interesting is to that point, you're absolutely correct. And we didn't know this. When my grandmother got sick, my mother was with her at her home before they took her to the hospital. And my grandmother fell. And my mother, it was in the middle of the night, and my mother kind of like got underneath her, and my grandmother fell on my mom. And what we didn't know was my mom injured herself in that fall, and her bladder tore apart. And so she had to have an operation to lift her bladder back up. And it was when, after many tests, and it was like a year and a half later, that they did the pre-op before her surgery, which is when they found the spot. So it's funny that you say that, because as it turns out, she was sick. But she didn't even know it at the time.
I think it was probably a subconscious signal that you'd picked up on it, and it was your subconscious seeking out the number, saying, "Look, things aren't right, things aren't quite in balance." And the other thing is too, so with 11, 111 is 3, which is expansion and results. And so again, it's expanding on it. So every time you see a sequence that's got the ones in it, and of course 11 adds up to 4, which is healing and wholeness. And after you saw it after your mum passed, it's like she was probably giving you a message. It's okay to let go, to start healing. And also, it's seeing it even beforehand, it was a message to say, look, things are out of balance with her, and that it's just accept that.
Absolutely.
By accepting it now, by not denying it, even though you don't know what it is, there's something that's going on and it's going to have a significant impact. Just accept that now. It's still going to be hard when she passes, but you'll have been on a level of been preparing for this for a couple of years. But the number then appearing after her is, as the psychic said, your mum saying it's okay to heal and move on. You don't have to hang on to any grief or guilt or whatever that you may have felt. So pretty much, I think that's what the significance of 11 was for you.
Absolutely. So I did a little bit of research, and I do want to say that over the years, with me seeing 11 all the time, I would look it up constantly, and I mean, over the years, it's like every time I look, I get a different answer, right? So I think it's important just to distinguish that when you look up, if you see sequences of numbers, or you're just looking up numbers in general, there are a multitude of sort of avenues that you can go down to find the information out that you're looking for about numbers. So there is angel numbers, and then of course there is numerology. Which is what I've got here. My pen just been flying. Which is what I've got here. Numerology is
I'm looking at here.
Yeah. So they say that the question that I found, which I thought was interesting. So is 11 the most powerful number? So numbers 11, 22, and 33 are considered master numbers. And there is some debate from certain individuals, depending on where you go, if 33 is actually a master number. That's neither here.
I think it probably is, because 11, when you add it together, is 2.
Yes.
And then 22 is 4, and then 32 is 6. So probably, if you're going to do a sequence of the next lot of master number, the next master number would be 8.
Yeah.
And then it would be, then you'd be 5 plus 5, and you'd be at 10.
Yeah.
So so in those sequences of 2, I think master numbers are even numbers. I do not think that they are odd numbers. And because of the jump in the sequences of 2, it doubles every time. Right. You can't do that with odd numbers, not really.
Yes. Gotcha.
But you starting with 1 plus 1 is 1. Double that is 2, and or 1 on itself.
Yeah.
You double that, it's 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8.
Yeah.
Possibly.
What I thought was super interesting when I found this little blurb, but I just wanted to put it out there because I think it's super interesting. So the number 11 and 22 and 33, right? They, in this particular case, in this website, they are considering those the master numbers, which of course, as Chrissy just mentioned, are composed of number 1, number 2, and number 3. Number 1, number 2, and number 3 form the triangle of enlightenment, is what it's called. Which, when I read that, I was just like, well, that's just beautiful. I just like it already, right? So they say that the number 11 is known as a master number because it has its own unique and powerful vibrations, that those that are influenced by it tend to find inner strength in times of trial, coping well with crises and chaos, which is also interesting. It is known as a master number because it has its own, like I said, its own, sorry, that's written twice, so that's super helpful. This is interesting. What does number 11 mean in love? So, like I said, when you look it up on the internet, there's like, what does it mean in a dream? What does it mean in love? It's like there's a multitude of things that you can find, but I thought this was interesting. So, number 11, what does it mean in love? So often number 11 carries a divine message of finding your true love. Numerologists believe that this combination indicates meeting someone who will become the most important person in your life, which I just thought was, I mean, what a beautiful thing, really, when you think about that, right? Whether it's true or not, it sounds fantastic, and I'm all about that.
When you're looking at the association of 2, of 11, which is 1 plus 1 and 2, it's balance and it's opposites and harmony.
Exactly, that's beautiful.
But also the opposite can attract, which is if you're not in harmony, you're torn apart.
Right. I'm thinking of like the 2 of Cups, right? Yeah. I'm thinking of the 2 of Cups and the tarot with those 2 hands, sort of clasped together, and I just think that that's beautiful. I don't know if that's what they're talking about, but in my mind, that's how I'm associating it. Hi, Ron. Hi, Lauren.
If you're looking at the major arcana cards that are associated with the number 2,
yes,
or 11, 1 plus 1, you're looking at the High Priestess, Justice, and Judgment, and all of the pages.
Yes.
So the pages, of course, are the beginning of something, the foundation.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you have a strong balance in a relationship, where the balance of power is good, where you're in harmony and all that, that is a good foundation for a relationship.
I love that.
And of course,
you are so wise, Chrissy.
The number 1, of course, is new birth. So it's like friendship, romance, isolation. It's the start of new things. So, yeah.
Well, hello, Rhoda. Welcome, my new friend. Welcome
Hi,
to
Rhoda.
Achieving.
Hi, Lauren. Ron, hello, my darling. We're talking numbers at the moment.
Yeah,
and
we're talking about the power of 11.
Yeah.
I want to throw this up on the screen. So Scott Scorpio Moon said that is so interesting that he's just pulled out his numerology cards to work with them this week, which is lovely.
Who said that? Sorry.
This is Scott Scorpio Moon.
Hi, Scott Scorpio Moon. Hello. Yeah.
Sure, Rhoda, I'll start you there.
I'm not an expert with the numerology. I'll say that I covered it. I do cover it a bit in my lessons and all that, but it's not something it's not a road I delve down often, simply because the opportunity doesn't always come up for me. So it's really interesting. But I've recently been incorporating it more and more, like with 7, with being a risk-taking card and all that.
Right.
I was looking at the what did you call them? The power numbers?
Yeah, the master numbers. Yeah.
Master numbers, and I still think that 8 is one of them. It's associated with strength and the star as part of the tarot, but it's about spending, it's about expansion, things that we do as society.
Yes, absolutely.
There are 4 pillars to society.
Yeah.
You know, and
you know what? That's really interesting, Chrissy, that you said that about
security being one, expansion, public health or the health of the people.
Yeah.
And I totally economics, I think is the other one, or military. I've totally forgotten them because I haven't. It's something I'm working on. 4 pillars of society, and it was born out of 4. Which,
there's 11 people in the chat.
Yeah.
11 on the 11 or the 11th.
As we said before, 4 is about wholeness as well.
Yes.
So you need 4 aspects in order for the whole. So in the 4 pillars of society, that's why I think that 44 or 8 would be another master number.
That makes total sense.
I don't see like the 22 and 33 and 44.
It really does depend.
I see it. Yeah.
In my research, or if you want to call it that, because I'm fascinated by numerology, I really am, and so I've tried to dabble in it as much as I can, and different places that I go will say different things. That's why I said it in the beginning. Like, some people don't think it is, some people do think it is, but I just think that that's interesting, an interesting concept. So we're just I'm going to read this little bit here that I've got. And then if anyone wants us to pull, I've got a bunch of cards. I've also got my angel tarot out. So if you want a question.
Your Archangel Tarot?
This is, it's the guidance, what is it called? The Guardian Angel Messages Tarot.
Oh, okay. I've got the Archangel Power Tarot.
There you go. There you go.
And I've got Guardian Angel Tarot, which is a different deck from the packet. This is, but that cover looked pretty familiar to me. Yeah. So this is the one I've got.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And I do use these I do every week, if you're a member on my channel. Okay. Yeah. Guardian Angel Messages Tarot. Yeah, no. But if you're a member of my channel, I do a 3-card reading every week on that. So
I love that.
I do a bonus Archangel reading, general. But yeah.
You want one too? I've got you started there, Rhoda. So this is really interesting, I thought. So what is an 11? So like today is the 11th. So what is an 11 day in numerology? So when we hit the 11th day, it is a day for insights into the higher purposes of life. It asks us to be a source of inspiration and illumination for others. They want the number 11 day wants us to share our ideals and our dreams. It is not a day for ourselves personally. but more so for working for other people for the common good. And when I read that, I thought, you know what? I am putting this in my little blurb here on my sheet because that is what we as a community, that's what we as light workers, that's what we as empaths, that's what we as, kind-hearted individuals try to do every time that we gather in this community, whether it's in a channel or in the chat, right? We all try to lift each other up and embrace and support and love. And I just think that's beautiful. So I thought I would put that in there.
There is today, every day, where a very big part of the globe, it depends on which country you're in. It could be Armistice Day, it could be a Remembrance Day, where very big, even in the US, I understand you do this too, and it's the 11th of November, 11 a.m. on the 11th day, the 11th month, 11/11/11. And all of those things, all of those reflective things you were talking about are all things that various people do. It's not just about remembering the fallen. It's about how we can do better, how we can find new balance, how, and what we can do to honor the legacy of people who fought for us. So that is why that is it's a global day.
Yes.
And so it's a wonderful day, and that's another importance of the power of numbers.
Exactly.
Even if a lot of people don't stop to remember it because they know that this is a significant day for some people, you know. And so that, to me, the most powerful day of the year is Remembrance Day.
Yes.
The other one for me, because I'm Australian and all that, is Anzac Day. They're the two most powerful days of the year. Christmas is all lovely. Those 2 days are about remembering those who have gone before us, who have basically either laid down their lives or suffered for years and years afterwards, as whether it was from the First World War, wars before that, the Spanish-American War, the Boer War, and conflicts after that. Yes, it signifies a day when an armistice was signed, but it is so much more than that. It is about remembering those who sacrificed and thinking about how we can do better within ourselves and without ourselves, ourselves.
You know what, Chrissy?
And all of those things that you were saying. And that's why, to me, that is the most powerful day of the year.
I agree. When I was thinking about what to talk about tonight, and I realized that it was the 11th, it's one of those things where because of the 11 and the significance to me, and here's the beauty part of it, right? It doesn't matter if it's important to anyone else, as long as it's important to you. Do you know what I mean? If you feel something that strongly and you're motivated by it, if you're inspired by it, then that's a beautiful thing. Usually because when we're motivated or when we feel connected to something, we want to, continue our knowledge and continue our forward momentum. And that's why I wanted to talk about it. So I want to say hi to Marcia Green and Pierrette White, who came in here. Like I said, if anyone wants a card, let us know. I've got Rada and I've got Ron started already. I hope that your daughter's doing okay, Marcia.
I just did a little numerology addition with the day and month for Anzac Day, which is the 25th of April. So 2 and 5 is 7, plus 4 is 11.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. 1 plus 1, of course, is 2.
Yes.
So again, 11 and 2, and so it's very interesting. Of course,
it is for sure.
Gallipoli went from the 17th of February 1915, and for most of the year they were withdrawn in the 9th of January 1916. So it was 11 months of hell. But the fact that it's chosen to be remembered on that day, and again, I suppose we can all break down the numbers down as much as possible. But it's just interesting that, of course, 11 comes in and 11. Yeah.
Right.
So,
I love that.
That's just with regard to those 2 days. That to me is a definite tie-in with the importance of those 2 days and doing better within ourselves. Okay, are we ready to do some cards? Or
We are ready to do some cards. Hi, Silver Star Priestess. Silver Star Priestess is at work listening.
Silver Star. You're at work, but you're listening.
If one of the mods could stick Chrissy's link in the chat, I would be most grateful and appreciative. Of course, her link is in the description box below the video. If you have not already checked out Chrissy, please do show our friend some love. She has gotten up at the crack of fishing time because, of course, they are 12 hours behind us. So it's literally 7:30 a.m.
I'm ahead of you. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's actually the 12th here.
right. It's the 12th. Right. Yeah. Sorry.
That's all right. No problem.
All right. Here we go. We're going to pull some cards. So the first person that we have up is Rada. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly. And Rada would like
angel guidance. Of course.
Oh, you're welcome, Marcia. Rada would like some angel guidance.
Yeah, I'll pull you out angel guidance as well. I do have actually a little set of cards called angel guidance cards. So
I love those.
See that? They're great, aren't they? Yeah. They're just now I'll be closing my eyes for these because they have the name of the angel on one side and everything else on the other. So if I've got my eyes closed, it's just that. Oh, thank you, Scott. Thank you very much. I have to sit down and do some catch up, but I'll have to wait till after semester. So I'm gonna.
Well, that's very kind of you, Scott. Yeah, Chrissy is awesome. She goes live on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, right?
Yes, I've just changed my Tuesday from Tuesday morning my time to Tuesday evening my time. So that's Tuesday morning US time.
Right.
Just to mix things up a bit. And, some people, it's a bit late in the day for them. So people who like a bit of morning people and stuff as well. So, okay, Rada, have a look. What angel do we have for you? We have the angel of divine guidance. Okay. And all the angels look the same on this, but and the message from this angel is I can always feel this angel around me. So she's always around, protecting my loved ones in a bubble of light. So stressing and worrying about loved ones is perfectly normal. And sometimes you wish, you ask for the angels for your help, for protection and all that, and they do answer. They are there.
Yeah.
And sometimes you think, how did this not happen? And it's because, whatever you want to call the different forces that make up the universe, whether it's angels, whether it's gods, whether it's whatever you think, whatever the universal spirit is. And there's so many different forces. I can see a lot of sense in attaching an angel to a different one, the figure of an angel. But that energy, when you ask for that energy for yourself and for others, especially when you ask for that protection for others, it's a selflessness. And that means that you in your own role, if you're asking for others, you're playing an angelic role, because you're calling upon your own energy and you're sort of subconsciously sending it out to help others, and that's a very angelic thing to do. So it's a mixture of the energy around you and your wishes for it's. There's nothing wrong with asking for some energy to protect yourself.
Absolutely.
If you're a good person and you don't do harm to others, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, don't listen to people who might say, "Oh, you only do it because you want to protect yourself." Well, of course, it's a natural instinct to protect oneself, but then it's also a natural instinct to protect those around you. So when you ask for protection for yourself, that is you calling down every bit of energy you have from the universe, that the universe gives you. And when you ask for it for others, it's showing that you're doing something that's in an angelic realm, sharing your energy with others. So yeah, it's divine guidance to help protect you.
That's really beautiful, Chrissy. I love that. So Rhoda, I have my Guardian Angel Messages Tarot. It's a new deck, and I really love it. So I pulled 3 cards for you, just to see where you know what I could get. So the first card that I've got out is the 7 of Water. Okay. I just think that's such a neat image. It's like a shop with an express in it. And then I've got the 9 of Fire. So I'll show you the cards and I'll tell you what all this means, right? So that's the 9 of Fire. And then I've got the 5 of Air. And then I've got on the bottom of the deck, I've got the Knight of Air. And so I feel like you're struggling with something. And when I say struggling, I don't know if you're literally struggling or if you're struggling because you're overanalyzing something, right? Like you're constantly thinking about it. You can't really like get through it, get past it. You don't know how to sort it out. When you do that, when you go through that whole woulda, shoulda, coulda, you know, you get on that hamster wheel inside your head and you just like run laps. And then it becomes a thing. Do you know what I mean? It becomes like an issue, a problem. And I want to say this to you, and I'm not saying that you are doing this, but I have anxiety, panic disorder, and depression. And when my therapist told me this little statement, it was profound to me. So anxiety is based on fear, and avoidance breeds anxiety. And so if you are procrastinating because you feel like you don't have the answers that you need, you know, that you don't have all of the tools to be able to move forward, sometimes when we put our head in the sand about something, it actually is making the situation worse than helping us. So what I've got is this. When I'm looking at this, I think what you need to do truly is I think you need to have a moment with yourself. I think you need to love yourself up. I would suggest that you take yourself out into nature. I would suggest that maybe you try going outside and either talking to the moon and the stars or to the sun, whichever suits you. Really giving yourself the opportunity for quiet and to clear your mind is kind of what I'm feeling, because I think that the answers are there. I think that you know what the answers are. I think you know what to do. I think that you're just got yourself all in a hot mess, right? And lastly, I pulled this card here for you, this from the Angel Quest Oracle, and it's healing, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful image. And the message is Archangel Raphael is assisting you in healing your mind, body, and spirit. So maybe look into getting your chakras aligned. Maybe you could, I honestly think that taking yourself outside might really, really help you. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of calm and peace from that, right? When you go outside.
I've pulled another couple of these angel cards too for Rada, and you know, and it's the angel of courage, and it says, I will summon this angel by achieving ambitions and pushing fear aside. Sometimes you have to make a decision, and it can be really hard. So procrastination comes into it, especially if it's a decision that might hurt somebody else, but it has to be made. It's really hard to make decisions like that.
Yeah.
And to have to, make decisions like that. But there's a reason that it's going to happen. And this angel, it gives you the courage. So, and if one of your ambitions is not to hurt people, that is a wonderful ambition.
Yeah.
But if other people's actions lead them to a state where you don't want to hurt them, but you have to do this because other people will be hurt without it. The vigilance. That's the vigilance sign of one. It's important to do that. It's important to take that courage in and say, you can't control what happens to that other person. Your actions may affect that other person, but their actions took them to where they are.
Yeah.
So, and also once you make this decision, once you do what you're with the conflict and you work your way through that solution, I think what the solution is, but you don't want to hurt others with it. You will feel a weight come off your chest. This is the angel of liberation, and this angel lets me know of its presence by sending me feathers when I'm home, when I'm on the right path.
I love that.
Just look for like birds or things like that.
Yeah.
And, or think of the feather. Try and picture the feather. Is it on the right path? However you do it. Sometimes people have to make some very hard decisions in life.
Yeah.
They don't want to hurt people, but the person who might get hurt has got to be in that position for their actions.
Yeah.
And,
of course you can ask
about it. Yeah. But they can affect a lot of other people.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. That card that I was holding up there for you, Radha, was the 9 of the 9 of fire, which is the 9 of wands. And so the second thing I would say to you is, and I apologize, I didn't say, was, put, I think that maybe you need to put some boundaries up to protect yourself, right?
Yes, that's a good idea.
Protect, and that's what Chrissy was talking about in the protection, protecting yourself. I'm going to try and pronounce your name, and I hope that I don't mispronounce it. Can you, Priya? I hope that I pronounce that right. Welcome. And of course, you may ask a question. Absolutely. All right. So I hope that helps a little bit, Radha. And thank you so much for letting us read for you. Appreciate that. This is from Ron. Ron would like an angel card for himself.
Okay, so I've got several angel decks. I've got the tree angel deck. I've got the angels and ancestors, and I think I'll go with angels and ancestors for Ron.
Yeah. Dropped all my cards all over the table.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah, a box here, a box there.
Oh my gosh, it's
everywhere. Again, how are you, my darling? You'll have to join me one day, sweetie.
Ron, I got the very best card for you, my friend. Well, it's not the best card, but I love this card for you. So this is what I've got. This is from the Guardian Angel Oracle, and I've got blessings. Yes, of course. Go ahead. Hi, Tammy. How are you, love? Welcome, my friend. So, Ron, this is your message.
Hi, Priya?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Ron, what have we got for you? Let's see.
Ron, this
the night.
What did you get, Christy? The night? I love
night.
It.
Be brave and honest. I think there are times when all of us, either if we're doing a reading or if we're looking at something on a live and we see something and we like, do we want to, go there? But you have to, especially if, like me, I do paid readings, and sometimes it's hard to see, and I do not have a poker face. So one of my clients asked me once, "Okay, what are you not telling me?"
Right.
All right, okay. Well, this is what it says, and I said, I didn't want to hurt you, but I knew I was going to have to say it. She said, "That's fine. That's fine.
Right.
You just got to come out with it." So at times you have to be brave and honest, and if that means, and this night is carrying the sword of truth. So there are certain things when we do readings is I don't look at people whether they're going, when and where they're going to do that. Even the most horrible people, I don't read on that, or even if you get that message coming through, there are some things I will not put out in the universe. But otherwise, it's like, and of course, I don't do things that are in court and all that. But otherwise, it's always good to be brave and honest. And yeah, but it can be hard, and you don't want to hurt people.
Absolutely.
But but it is really important to do that. And even when being part of being brave is also saying, I cannot help you with this.
Yeah.
What I'm getting here means like something like the Nine of Swords is that somebody who's struggling with issues and mental health, the Nine of Swords is a sign that they need more help than you can give them. So, and part of the ethical part of tarot is referral. And it can be hard to say, I can't help you with this. But you should consider seeing somebody.
I think to your point, and I'm not trying to self-diagnose Ron by any stretch of the imagination, but I mean, all of us know Ron in the way that we know him. He is a wonderful, kind-hearted person, and I know because I've read with him, as you have too, Chrissy, that we know that he feels everything that he's reading. And,
very empathetic. Yes,
I almost feel like saying that that energy might be like what you're feeling inside, Ron. That it's just a lot. And I'll be honest, I didn't understand. I've said this before on the channel. I didn't understand when readers would be like, what deck am I pulled to read, or how they would say how exhausted they were after a live. I get it now, because it really does suck a lot of energy out of you. And the heavier the reading, the harder the reading, the more emotional the reading. I mean, I've reacted in tears. I've got hot. I've got chills. So it takes a lot out of you, and I almost feel like you need to protect yourself.
And the other thing, I pulled another card here for you too, Ron. It's the Animal Guardian, and it's trust your instincts. So be brave and honest and trust your instincts. If your instinct says that this is not something you should be reading on, trust that. Or if your instincts say this is not something this is part of being brave and honest. If your instincts say this person does not need, a tarot reader might not hurt, but they need more. You have to be honest about that. And that was the part of referral.
Yeah.
And you'll just excuse me for a minute. I'm going to go open the back door. It's quite muggy here because it's raining, and I'm going to turn a fan on. So I'll just be back in about 30 seconds.
No problem. I've got you, Tammy, and I've got you, Priya. So Ron, this is what I got for you, love. So I got the Blessings card. This is from the Guardian Angel Oracle. And the message reads, love, light, and blessings. Through this card, you are being showered with angelic light. Accept the blessings about to come your way, and know that you deserve to be and have all your heart desires. You are being lovingly guided along a golden path, a magical journey through which you shall discover your true essence. the infinite and eternal you. Congratulations. And the second card that I pulled for you is relaxation. Okay, and the message on this is peaceful pursuits and happy times. And I know that you have, a lovely piece of property where you live, and I would just encourage you to make sure that you're taking time for yourself to relax as much as you put forth for others when you're doing readings, because of course, that is a form of protecting ourselves, right? Keeping our mind, body, and spirit balanced. Oh, hello.
Hello.
You're
Yes,
sweet.
Mummy dropped the rest of the treat and she'll give it to you in a minute. I just thought people might like to say hello to Whitby.
Hello, sweetheart. So cute.
You're the bestest little Whitby. You're the
I
best
love it.
ever, aren't you? Yes, you are. You're the bestest, most cleverest dog ever. Yes, you are. Okay.
So I hope that helps, Ron, or that you resonate with that. Thank you for letting us read on you. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Ron.
All right. So next up, we've got Scott Scorpio Moon, and I think we'll end the questions. We've got quite a few there. Tammy, I do have you there. So Scott Scorpio Moon will take a card.
Okay.
Scott will take.
You can stay with Mummy for a little bit. You're gonna sit with Mummy, yeah?
What kind of dog is he, Chrissy?
Sorry, he is an Australian Terrier, which means he's lots of bits of other terriers, and Scotty Cross. So
he's so sweet looking.
Yeah.
You're very welcome, Ron. All right. Scott. What does Scott need to know? Thank you, everyone, for being here on Achieving Wellness. We are sitting. What's it like for you, Ron? Because it's 21 degrees Celsius here, which is about 70 Fahrenheit, which is crazy because 2 weeks ago it was still in the minuses. So, like, we're almost at the point where we need to turn the air conditioner on.
15 degrees centigrade here, which I don't know what it is Fahrenheit.
Well, okay, so 15 and 15, 30. Wait, no. And then add 30. So that's like 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 27 there, Ron? Wow, that is warm. Ron and I both live in Canada, so we're often comparing temperatures and what's going on. And I was just saying, like, it's hot here, but like 2 weeks ago, it was in the minuses still. So, like, it was cold. We still had the flipping heat on, and I was still wearing sweatshirts. All right, Scott, this is what I got for you, love. I've got Ignite Your Heart. What a gorgeous, gorgeous card that is, right? Ignite Your Heart.
Oh, wow.
The message on this card is Archangel Chamuel is opening your heart, allowing you to love more deeply. And I know that you know what that is. I know that you know what that means. So I'm just going to leave it at that. But notice the hands around the heart, protecting the heart, keeping the heart shielded, but allowing it to breathe, right? Allowing it to open. Just continue on the same path that you're on, Scott. You are doing a great job, and it will get easier, my friend, in time.
Well, Scott, I've got a Queen of the Moon Oracle card here for you, and it's release, and it's the waxing crescent, the waning crescent moon. So after the full moon, and it's time of release. Mm-hmm. Feel like you've been hanging on to something maybe recently, and it's time to just let it go, let it float away, and just have a think: is hanging on, is going over it doing you any good? Is it, or is it just hurting your heart?
And his mother passed away in January, so he's been dealing with the passing of his mom.
It takes a long time. Trust me, my dad died in 2008. I still miss him at times. And sometimes when I think of him, I get tears and my heart aches.
Yeah.
And it, but not as often as it used to be. And so this could be a message too that it's okay if you don't think of her every day anymore. If you found yourself, I've gone a couple of days without thinking about her. Don't feel bad about that. She wouldn't want you to feel bad about her.
Yeah.
You know, she'll come to your mind occasionally. Things will happen. She might even make herself, her presence known. I'm really drawn to the butterflies here. Did your mum like butterflies? You know, I'm really drawn to the butterflies. And
My mama did. I did, and I think that's it's so important for anyone who's lost, a person that was important to them. When we have lost that person, we don't comprehend in real time that it's okay. And I remember my aunt, just if I may go sidetracking a little bit, I remember my aunt, her firstborn son committed suicide when he was 29 years old, about a month before he turned 30. He had his whole life ahead of him, and 2 Christmases later, we were all gathered for Christmas, and it was, my grandmother's birthday was Christmas Day, so it was her mom's birthday. And we were all standing in the living room, and we started to laugh. We were kibitzing about. We started to laugh, and she ran out of the living room and went outside. And so my mom went to check on her. And the moral to the story is, my aunt said that it wasn't okay for her to have fun. She wasn't allowed to be happy. She literally felt that much upset and guilt that her son was gone and she couldn't be happy. And so those feelings are very normal to us because we don't understand grief. No one talks about grief. No one explains grief to us. It's not like we learn it while we're growing up. We're not really exposed to it until we're in the middle of it. And so, she went to therapy. She had lots of great support around her. She is doing fabulous now. But it takes a long time. And
it does take a long time.
What Chrissy was saying is absolutely right. You are allowed to have good moments. Your person that you loved would not want you not to have good moments. And I think that's the thing that we need to get, that we need to work on, right? As human beings.
From my personal point of view, to me, because we all do, the last thing I would want is for someone's heart to hurt every time they thought of me.
Yes.
So heart hurt because I'm not there or things like that. And often it's a physical manifestation of the stress and everything of grief. So not so much letting go of the person, but letting go of the stress that has built up around the loss and around the thing. Letting go of the stress is not letting go of the person.
Exactly.
So,
Well said, Chrissy. Well said. I hope that helps, Scott.
Oh, sweet. Oh, can you pray? Oh.
Debsy, we love you and we're here for you. And I am so sorry about your mom.
Yeah.
My condolences, my love.
It might be May, but it's really not that long in terms of grief and loss. And and don't listen to anyone who says, "Well, isn't it time you moved on?" No. It's your decision. You make the decision when to move on.
There is no timeline for grief. I mean, it happens when it happens. When it's taken me 10 years and I've just started to heal now. So, there is no timeline. You can't force it.
Yeah.
You really
in
can't.
that card, but Scott, I was really, really drawn to the butterflies in that card. That can be about change and the ups and downs, and they can represent mercurial changes as well, the ups and downs of things like that. But keep an eye out for butterflies. I just think that
I love that. I got total.
You see a butterfly, I think it'll help you feel better for some reason.
I got total thoughts on that. So this is Kenya Priya. So Kenya Priya had a disagreement with a misunderstanding with a friend, and they're not talking at the moment. So they would like to know if they will be able to reconnect and resolve the situation. So we can like, I don't like reading on someone that I don't know, meaning not you, but like the third party, but we can definitely find out how, how things are going to go for you, maybe give you some guidance or something.
Yes, that's what I do. I don't do a third person, but I will read on how the relationship with that person affects you. So, sweetie, I cannot speak for this other person.
Yeah.
But for you, obviously, it's really, really hurt you, this breach. The first card I got, and I'm using the what am I using? The Hidden Wisdom cards. I got the High Lady of Love and Compassion, reverence, kindness, and consideration. This is you. This is what you feel you should give to other people. Okay? But there's another side to that too, Kenya Priya, is that this is what you deserve from other people too. Okay? Then we've got the Ringmaster of Scrutiny, discernment, clear vision, and details. And have a look at the whole thing. Try and step back from the feeling. You have feelings for him, and that's really, really hard. But really have a good look at the disagreement. What caused it? What was your reaction? What was his reaction? Was there an overreaction on your part, an overreaction on his part? Is it just, is this the first time this has happened? And
I think there's something more there, something being
definitely, and the details of it. Yeah. If somebody is like, will only be there when you meet all their expectations, that's a big red flag, my darling. And it can be really hard, even if you do have feelings for this person. But you deserve reverence, you deserve kindness, and you deserve consideration. If you're not getting that from this person, that's a red flag. And have a look. Take a step back. What of your friends who love you but also know this other person, or someone who's a little bit more objective, has somebody ever said to you, well, I don't like the way this has gone down, or I don't like the way that has gone down? Have a think about what people have said to you about that relationship, if anyone has said anything. But also have a think. Go through everything in your head. Okay? And really get a clear picture in your head. It's hard not to let feel, I love him or whatever, or I have feelings with them. But also, now we've got the third card is the Sacred Union and Partnership, Romance. It should be about partnership, equal footing. Romance is important. Romantic feelings, they're all very fine and they're all very good. And of course, they're important to a relationship.
Yeah.
If you didn't love somebody, or if you're not in love with somebody, you can still have a very equal partnership and friendship with somebody without without that romantic thing.
Yeah.
So, but in order for a real proper relationship with someone, a romantic love relationship, it should be the romance is only part of it. The partnership, what footing are you on? Are you on equal footing? That is really important. Okay. You know, so it's a little bit of time for some objectivity.
Yep.
Don't will he reach out? I don't know if he's going to reach out. If you've reached out to him and he has not reached out back, just you can't just continue to reach out forever.
I have this feeling. I mean, I'm not psychic, but I have a feeling that if I'm reading my cards right, that they probably will reach out.
Mm-hmm.
I think that
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I don't want to I don't want to put like a stamp and tell you what to do. But I sort of feel when you sort of take a step back from this, as Chrissy suggested, and sort of look at this from a different perspective, maybe from your head instead of from your heart, you might have a different understanding. And maybe then when that person does reach out, you might not be like jumping to sort of communicate with them is sort of what I'm picking up. I got lovely cards for you. Lovely cards for you.
Yeah, and this is not to say this is a good card in returns of partnership as well. So yeah, I do think that he will reach out, but it's important to you to know what you deserve from a relationship. Make that clear. Okay, if he does reach out. But I can't say whether he will or won't. But all I know is that it's really important to you
to
make it clear what you deserve and expect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay? Sorry, Kelly.
No. Don't be sorry. That was wonderful, Chrissy.
Hey, Katie.
This is what I got for you, love. So the first card that I got is Beneath the Surface. So hidden truth, something unknown. Okay. Then I pulled from the Spirit Animal Wisdom deck, and I've got Deer, which is trust. And the message on that card is approach the situation with a light heart. Now, I understand that that's easy for me to say because I'm not in the situation. Okay. I also got this card from the same deck, and it is Bear, and it is You Are the Light. And the message on that card is it is safe to step fully into your light. Okay. Then I pulled this card, and I've got Inner Peace. I mean, that's just look at that beautiful picture. I mean, it's just so much fun, right?
Oh my God, that's so gorgeous.
Cute. And then I've got from the Sacred Traveler, Watching the Clouds, lie back, rest, and relax. And so I think that, like I was saying, sometimes when you're all caught up in a situation, it's very hard to see it for what it really, really is. So I think what the cards are telling you is that if you step back for a moment, take a moment, right? Maybe do, go for a walk outside, curl up with a good book, just take a little bit of respite from the situation, right? Quiet your mind is what I'm feeling, right? Trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust your gut instinct, trust your sense of knowing how you deserve to be treated. And once that starts to become more clear to you, that is when your inner peace is going to be filled up and be able to guide you in the right direction as to whether you're going to want to reconnect or not want to reconnect. Because I think that's what the question is, right? The question is this good for you? Not, that's what I think this is about. And so I would highly encourage you to take a moment, sit back, reassess, give yourself some self-love, and see how you feel in a couple of days, right? Tammy says that I get songs. If it's meant to be, it'll be, baby, just let it be. which is very sweet. Thank you, Tammy, for putting that in. I hope that
Thank
helps.
you, Tammy. Yeah.
I hope that helps. Thank you for asking the question. And hi, Miss Candy. How are you? I'm sorry I didn't say hello before. All right. So the last question that we have is from Tammy.
Okay.
And Tammy says, what is draining my energy? She is so bleeping tired.
Bleeping tired. Yeah. I'm going to go for the Psychic Oracle deck here.
There are so many retrogrades happening right now that it's hard to keep them all straight, is it not, friends?
Tammy, honestly. See if you can concentrate, my darling, and see what song you come when you think about your drained energy. What song comes to mind in your head?
You just gave me total chills, Chrissy, when you said that, because that was great advice.
So let us know what song comes to you when you're thinking about your.
All right, Tammy Jackson. What's Tammy Jackson need to know about her energy?
Oh, sweetheart, you love others so much and you want so much for others that you don't look after yourself as much as you should.
Yeah.
Passion ignited, and you're also a very passionate person. So we've got fulfillment of wishes, and this is, of course, is the 9 of Cups. You want people around you to be happy, and I think maybe some people are lazy, and they would, think, oh, Tammy will do it for me. And yeah, hi, Miss Candy, passion ignited, and you are such a passionate person and triumphant success, and you train so hard for success in everything you do, and your passion in everything you do. But also people think, oh, Tammy's so good. She's so passionate about causes. She'll do this and she'll do that. It is wonderful that you always strive to do the best you can do, and you're very passionate about it, and you have had so much energy to put into other people. But start saying no.
She said, let it go, let it go.
Yeah, start saying no to some people. I am really surprised that a 10 of Wands card didn't come up here to delegate. Whether it's at work or in your personal life, it's okay to say no.
Yeah. Tammy says that
it's not right for somebody else to tap into our energy and take it so they don't have to use theirs.
Yeah, I think I'm sort of getting that too, Chrissy, what you just said there. Tammy says that the first song that pops in her head is Let It Go, Let It Go.
Let it go, let it go. Yeah. And let what go, my darling. And it's like, I think there's a bit of frustration.
Yep.
And it's creeping in as well. And where are you? Just what state are you in? Because I'm feeling like the weather can be like, whether it's hay fever or it's still cold and wet where you are, or I know there's still some places in the States where they're getting some snow and stuff, or at least until recently. Yeah, and I think it's also time you started to. I'm just going to cut the deck here. Chart the sacral chakra. Now I'm going to get the book out and read on that. This a great thing about this deck, but this is your base. The sacral chakra is your base chakra in your below your belly button.
Yeah.
And it is where you can draw a lot of your energy from. So,
Tammy says she has spoiled her family and they are needy, but they don't help her.
Yes. No. Start saying no, my darling.
Yeah.
The sound van, water, and ovaries. It might not hurt ever to go and get yourself checked out, darling. Just to make sure that there's nothing, go just get a general checkup on all things. And it's like, I want. People have been going to you saying, I want. Say to them, whoa, this is what I want. I want you to back away, give me some peace, But
Yeah.
again, if you're always feeling drained of energy, if it's been going on for months, it never hurts to go and get a checkup on a couple of things. So known as the sacral chakra, the second chakra is located 2 fingers below your navel and relates to emotions, desires, creativity, and sexuality. Okay? To keep this chakra balanced and its energy flowing, try dancing. I love putting on, I grew up with music in my house all the time, and one of the earliest music I can remember hearing, because I was born in 1966, the music of the Vietnam era, and I will still whack it on YouTube, turn it up really, really loud, and dance around the house, even to this day. Just what age can you first remember that music, that first lot of music? You might have been hearing music for a while, for a long time, and of course, music is important to you. You hear songs, and have a think about, when did I first really start noticing music that I like to dance to, that I like to do that? Go and get some of that, whack it on as loud as you can, and dance around the house. And if somebody comes and says, "Oh, Mom, what are you doing? What are you doing?" Say, "Get stuffed. I'm enjoying myself."
Exactly.
Enjoy yourself for a little bit. Give yourself just a little bit of chance to let go and whip around the house and enjoy yourself.
Love that. Tammy says that she's got a doctor's appointment in June. So good for you, Tammy, for doing that. Tammy, this is what I got for you. I pulled a bunch of cards. I got the Ace of Air, which is, you are all about communication, speaking your truth. You are inspired. But it also speaks to, sometimes having to make slight adjustments. And when I say slight, everyone's interpretation to a slight adjustment is, just that, everyone's interpretation would be different, is my point. So next to that, we've got the 4 of Air. Notice how Chrissy was saying that you need to like dance around the house. Now look at the picture, right? Laying out there on the blanket, just like soaking up the sun. Notice the shirt has a peace symbol on it, which I just love. So this is about meditation and recuperation. That time where you allow yourself to think about what's important to you. So me time, right? We've got the 5 of Air. So there's some drama going on. There's some reassessment again, right? In terms of, I don't know if it's really like the woulda, shoulda, couldas, but it's somewhere in that realm of, reviewing past situations and trying to figure out, like, if I had done this, maybe this would have happened. And I think I don't know if this is you or if this has been like sort of dropped in your lap, I feel. But here we go, moving forward. So I pulled this card, which is lovely. This is Archangel Raphael. Okay. And this card talks to us about hope, optimism, and new beginnings. Okay. We've got the card of truth. So standing in your truth and being true to who Tammy is, like Chrissy was saying, right? Then I've got the snake, which is Kundalini rising. Okay. And that is channel your creative passion and sensuality. Welcome the transformation. So I literally think that your energy is all messed up because you're not allowing it to, what's the word I'm looking for it to transmute you, to trans, you know what I mean? Like you're sort of blocking it, you're resisting it. I would suggest strongly that either you do what Chrissy is saying by removing yourself from that energy, by, cranking up the tunes and dancing around, or maybe you need to try to approach it from a creative way, right? Get out the sketch pad and draw, do some crafting, maybe try to do some automatic writing, something like that. Maybe, just go outside and read a book. Sometimes if you remove yourself from a situation, you can express your emotions in a creative way without this huge process, that heaviness of the release. And then I've got these last two cards. And the first one is, this is from the color card. So this is blue, which is activate your healing power, right? You have the power to within you to get through it if you allow yourself to speak your truth. And I just sort of feel like you're holding yourself back. And then I got, where was my last card here? So I got that. And then I got your truth. So speak your truth. And I want you to know that on the bottom of the deck, I have the 3 of water, which is about celebration. So I think you need to look after yourself. I think that you need to be around like-minded people. I think you need to sort of, cheers the cup. Just let your hair down and have some fun, like Chrissy was saying with the music. Like, I really think that that's going to do wonders for you.
I actually got a song, Kelly. I actually got a song came through my head for Tammy. And when you were showing the person lying outside and the peace symbol on their shirt, I zoomed straight into Reflections by the Supreme.
Beautiful.
Go and listen to that. And I won't say any of the words for copyright, but go and listen to that. Reflections of the way we used to be. And it's one of those songs that when you listen to it, it can actually make you think about and make you look back and think about, it's about what was, what could have been, what went wrong, sort of thing. But I do feel, and it's got such a great beat. Do, 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 do. And I think go and have a listen to that song. I just got that song for Tammy to go and have a listen to it. Reflections by the Supreme.
Every time before I go live, I listen to Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
Okay.
And I'm not really sure why. I have always liked that song. I have always felt
it's a great song.
Drawn to it, and I feel it sort of empowers me, right? Like nothing's gonna get in my way, nothing's gonna stop me from moving forward. And honestly, just really, it's like I can do anything. Sometimes we need to have a song like that. I want to say this to you, Tammy. This is so I'm going to end it on a funny note. So everyone knows I have my bulletin board beside me, which I have called my positivity board. I had all these wonderful, positive little affirmations and sayings, my little mantras written on my board. And one of my favorite ones is be what you want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Who does Tammy want to see when she looks back at herself in the reflection of the mirror? Do not let anyone take that away from you, because you have the power to make that happen. And now here's my personal part of that. So I had all these lovely things, and I was doing a reading, and I wanted to pull one off and show it, and it was gone. My cat Quincy has eaten all of my positive affirmations off of and so someone asked me, is the cat more positive now? So which she is. So what can you do? But that's what I would suggest for you, love.
One of my favorite sayings is dress for the job you want, not the job you have. And I actually have a cup that we picked up in New York, and it's and you'll figure out who's on it when I finish saying. And it says, they said, dress for the job you want, not the job you have, which is what now I am now in a HR meeting dressed as Boba Fett.
Right. I love that. I love it. That's so cute. But it's
of what you push as far as you can go without, of course, crossing. Sometimes you have to take a little bit of risk with yourself too. So
absolutely. Chrissy, I want to thank you so kindly for being here with us.
Absolutely loved it and adored it.
This morning for you, tonight for us. When are you on next? Do you want to tell anybody?
I will be on at it's a little bit late the East Coast, but I'm going to make it 9:30 my time, which is 9:30 on the East Coast, and I think that's about 6:30 or so on the Pacific time.
Yep.
So depending on where you are, East Coast people, it might be. I had been doing 10 o'clock, but I do think that's just a little bit too late.
Right.
But yeah, so in about an hour, just over an hour, I will be back with a live.
Okay.
On my channel. If you want to join me, please do. You'll be more than welcome. I do a lot. I love doing this more personal stuff. It is wonderful. My channel is very much more political and all that sort of stuff. And I do have a spooky special coming up on Saturday.
I love your spooky
and
specials.
I think you said you'd love to join me for that. So
I would love to.
I'll send you a schedule. Yeah, I'll send you an invite. If you can't make it, that's fine. But I will send you an invite. I'm going to schedule it in a minute, actually. Okay.
Woohoo!
Love everyone. Well, it's been lovely meeting you people. And yeah. So
thank you everyone for being here, and thank you for showing Chrissy some love. Thank you for being kind to each other in the chat. Thank you for participating.
Yeah.
Please don't ever stop doing what you do, because literally saying hello to someone in a chat can literally be life-changing for them. You certainly changed my life by lifting me up and supporting me in the way that you have.
Thank you.
Where in the heck am I going to be? Who knows? I'm thinking Friday. I will be back Friday for Thanks Spirit. It's Friday. We have a hoot when we do that, and Maya from Black Cat is going to be my guest. So I look forward to seeing.
What time is that?
That's at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Oh yeah, no, mine will be a lot later than that. It'll be like I think about, because it's a spooky special, I leave it a little bit later, and it's not quite Friday the 13th, so it's going to be 10 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, that's
your
awesome.
Time, which is 10 a.m. on Saturday morning mine. So
that's awesome. Yeah, okay. And I forgot to mention that Kathleen J. Lightworker is going to be my guest on Sunday Connections, which is at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Where we talk about all kinds of different ways that we can connect with spirit.
I'm not going to join up with you for that one. No, I won't even be awake for that one. That's 2:30 a.m. in the morning.
So I thank everyone for being here, and thank you for hanging out with us. Have yourselves a fantastic day, and we send you many, many blessings. Hi, Tara, living with Manasa.
I'll be back in an hour with my lives. So thank you. I love you all.
Bye, everybody.
Okay.